One of my Twitter followers, Black Phoenix, tagged me in this story on Twitter, and I'm so glad that he did, because I believe that let me put it this way. If this story doesn't get out before I post it, I need as many people who are the voices of the new black media to get and jump on this story as soon as humanly possible. Because this right here is something that mainstream media, had it been one of us to do this, they would have made sure to put it out there because of the optics of black people doing something like this, quote unquote. But in this picture, you see two women, and in the middle, you see a burnt up NYPD police van. On the left is this woman by the name of Darian Shader, and on the far right is her sister, Samantha Shader. Or maybe I'm getting them mixed up. I'm not sure which one is actually which, but they are sisters. And in the middle is a burnt up NYPD van that they caused to ignite by throwing a Molotov cocktail at the van. And that's what, if you look in the picture, that's what the van looked like after they put the fire out. But now it says that both of them, well, one of them has been detained for resisting arrest, and the other one has been arrested for attempt. The lit bottle did not explode, and no officers were injured. According to a statement provided to dailymail.com, the NYPD officers exited the cruiser and attempted to arrest Shader, who allegedly bit one of them on the leg. Shader's younger sister, Darian, aged 21, tried to interfere and was also taken into custody. She was charged with resisting arrest and obstruction of governmental administration. Both sisters, who hail from the town of Catskill, have a history of clashing with police at protests, a law enforcement told dailymail.com. Their mother, Amy, says she had no comment when reached by phone on Saturday afternoon. The Shader sisters were among 3,000 demonstrators who took to the streets in New York City overnight as part of the series of nationwide protests over the death of a black man, George Floyd, in Minneapolis on Monday. During Friday night's New York protests, a separate NYPD van was set on fire and another cop car was vandalized as activists vented their fury over a racist policing system. Around 200 demonstrators were arrested in the Big Apple. At a press conference Saturday, NYPD Commissioner DeMont Shea stated, "It is by the grace of God that we don't have any dead officers today." She also stated, while the vast majority of the protesters gathered peacefully, some came with the deliberate intent to sow discord. Coming to an assembly with premeditated with loaded firearms with bricks, Molotov cocktails is the furthest thing from civil obedience. Shea revealed countless officers were injured as protests spiraled out of control. Some are still in the hospital. One officer had their teeth knocked out. There was no discrimination as to whether it was a white officer, black officer, male officer, or female officer. They targeted anyone in uniform. Okay, so let me go back and switch up what I was saying. They did not burn up this van or set it off. However, they attempted to do something like that. Now, this picture right here was probably something separate from someone else that they probably didn't catch. But they tried to do something like that. They attempted to do so. Now, the reason why I said that this story is not going to get really picked up is because it's two PC girls, two PC females that did this. And notice in the article it stated that they've had run-ins with law enforcement before in the past, multiple run-ins. They're going to try to keep this as hush-hush as they possibly can. It doesn't matter that the van or the vehicle did not blow up from the Molotov cocktail. It's the fact that they threw it in, or not the fact that it didn't. It's the fact that they are two white women that they're going to protect even though they did it. Now, had this been two black women, they would have plastered this everywhere. But like I said, who's to say that these women right here were down there, even really down there for George Floyd? They probably were down there because with the run-ins with the police that they said that they've had, based on this article, it sounds to me like they don't like law enforcement and they just are gluttons for punishment, or they just want to inflict pain on them. And I can kind of understand why. I mean, it is the NYPD, one of the most corrupt departments in the land. But the fact of the matter is, mainstream media is going to try to keep this as hush-hush as they possibly can. And that's why I say I need as many people who are part of the new black media to definitely hop onto this story before it gets buried.